Hi, good morning, everybody. I hope you all have a cup of coffee. Everybody got your cup of coffee? Coffee talk.
I like that mug.
Your water. So we're doing something a little bit different today. We are Alexander's Aesthetics. We're part of Alexander's Aesthetics. And we are doing something a little bit different today. We wanted to offer you guys a chance to ask our on-staff estheticians some questions. We realized that through this process of trying to get education out to you as quickly as we can, we were coming up with ideas of what we thought was important, but it dawned on us that we wanted to hear from you on maybe some things that we're not touching on, some things that we could help you with, whether it's for facials, waxing, sugaring, business related, marketing, just how you're doing in general. So again, we're Alexander's Aesthetics. We have 2 locations, one in California, which is where Tiffany is calling in from. And we also have us in Colorado, which is where Brittany and Amy are. So with that, I'm going to hand it over to our lovely panelists today. Oh, I guess I should tell you how to enter your questions. If you haven't been on the webinars, which I think most of you have, but in your control panel, there's a questions box. Go ahead and go over to the questions box, put in your questions. That's how we're going to keep the conversation going. If you guys take a minute, just go over there, put in where you called in from. We love to see where everybody calls in from. I've said this before, but we've had a few international people, which is really fun. Love to see all the states represented. So if you get a minute, pop on over there while they are introducing themselves, and we'll go ahead and get started. Who wants to go first? Amy?
Well, I was going to say you should have Tiffany go first, but I can go first. Make the new face go first.
Yeah.
So I'm Amy, and I prefer to be behind the scenes. So none of you you haven't seen me, but I've been helping Alexander's get the webinars up and running and formatted. And I had told them back in November, let's start slow. If you've never done webinars, let's just ease into this. And thanks to the virus, we just went for it. So here we are. And I think it's been good. My background, I've been in business and sales for over 25 years. I always wanted to become an esthetician. Even at the age of 18, I would drive by the school and be like, I should really be doing that. But I was pushed by my mom and dad, like, you need to make a lot of money, you need to just be a go-getter. And so they pushed me into the business world and into college. And the whole time I wanted to just be an esthetician. So not that I just didn't have, like, how could I make enough money to make everybody happy? Well, in 2014, many years later, I decided to get my license. So I did that here in Colorado. And then I actually implemented that into the business side of my life. And so I've maintained the license and really focused on the business side of things. And I focused on ingredients and actually making products. So I have a few different businesses, and I formulate, not me formulate, I work with formulators, but I come up with concepts and create products. So that's the side that I kind of carry in this webinar, and have a lot of fun doing it. I do work on clients. I did have my own day spa, but then I realized that it actually hurts my back. So the only time I work on clients is when I'm trying out products that I am testing, and I have my guinea pigs, but to do it all day long, I give you guys kudos. I just can't. I love giving facials. I love massaging the face. It actually makes me cry to touch someone's face. I thoroughly enjoy it, but physically I just can't keep up. I've tried everything. So that's me. Tiffany, go ahead. Yeah.
Thank you, Amy.
I am Tiffany. A lot of you have probably seen me before. I have been with Alexander's as an educator for about 10 years. I have been a licensed esthetician since 1999. So I have quite a bit of experience, and that's pretty much what my base of teaching is on my experience. I still have clients. I still go to work every day. I still work 12 hours a day like the rest of you, right? I'm trying to currently make a plan on how to figure out how to not do that, even when we do get to go back to work, because it's starting to hurt me a little bit now. I am our hair removal specialist, so all of your sugaring, your waxing questions, all of that, I am here to help you with. Yeah, that's pretty much me.
Awesome.
Thanks, Tiff.
Hi, everyone. I'm Brittany. I'm the newest addition, right? Or Amy? I don't know who is newer, but
both of you.
this will be my 3rd month with Alexander's. I'm so honored to be a part of this amazing team. It's great. I love kind of going off on Amy. I mean, I was a history anthropology major, right? And then decided I need to pay some more bills rather than be reading about, Civil War. So here I am, loving skin. I have a logical and both artistic aspect to it where I love ingredients. I love the rawness of it. It can be so informative, as well as you have to admire the social aspect of being an esthetician and communicating with people. I'm having the hardest time not being able to really just talk to people every day and see your people, before you know it, your clients are your friends. And so I really love aesthetics. I've mastered, waxing, sugaring, lashes. And then again, I have that, drive for ingredients and results as an esthetician, as I've suffered from acne for a long time. I feel like I've been pretty good at helping my clients who have acne and things like that. So I'm just happy to be here, share whatever I can.
Okay, awesome. Thanks, you guys. Before we get started, I just want to, I like just calling out where people call in from because it's fun. We have California, and Washington, California. We got a little message from Zoe Jolie. We love you, Tiffany. She says.
Oh, Zoe. Hi, my friend.
I also wanted to point out we have these 3 lovely ladies here to talk to you today, but there are a lot of people behind the scenes. So I just want to take a minute to recognize a few people. Texas just came in. Recognize a few people that are on the call. You're not going to see their faces, but without them, we would not be able to do what we do, not only during this quarantine time or quarantine, which our marketing manager has phrased, but also during our regular business. So on the phone, we have Farhana, and Farhana is our face to everything that you see. So she is the marketing, she does all the social media, she is so amazing. She just does so much behind the scenes. So she is listening in. So I just wanted to give a shout out to her and how much we appreciate her. Marnie is also on. Marnie is an office manager, is a sales rep in our California office. She is also 32 weeks pregnant. She is, unfortunately, because she is, an office worker, she is no longer can come into the office, but is at home, still very much a part of our team. And hi, Marnie, just wanted to say hi. And also my lovely mom, who is working her 76-year-old buns off in the California office, keeping things going during this time when no one else can go into the office except for her and my dad. So just wanted to give a couple little shout outs to some people that are on that are just behind the scenes. So with that, start firing away questions. We are here. We'd love to hear, even if it's just how you're doing. We haven't used that question box, and we'd love to know even some great ideas that you guys are doing to keep your business going.
Amy is full of information, guys, just so you know. I'm not allowed to say a lot of the things, so ask away. I love talking to her.
So maybe
Just
one
so you
question
guys
for
know too, we've got a couple of cool webinars that we are working on right now. Just so you guys know, we're going to be talking about stress scan. We're going to be talking about how to reopen your businesses. We have one next week that we're going to talk about retail and how to do some home care kits and keep engaged with your clients, things like that. So we have some of those types of things coming up for you to look forward to. But now is the time just to ask us whatever random questions that you haven't been able to get answered yet from any of us. That's why the three of us are on here, because we all are good at different things. So yeah.
Any product related questions from anyone? I know one thing we get asked a lot is, you know, kind of the esthetician's role, how things may change. You know, of course, we don't know, you know, we're doing this day by day, but how things are going to change and how we can keep business going. Okay, Zoe has a question. Thank you, Zoe.
Let's go.
What is the best way to communicate to your clients that you don't know when you are going back? Have you seen anything in your email boxes that's great?
I have yet to see anything in my email from kind of anyone else. I think we're all in that same, like every day I kind of wake up. I don't like to read the news necessarily, so I always look at my husband and I'm like, what's new? And in California, and all states are different too, so keep that a little bit in mind as well. But I think because everyone's in that position, I wouldn't worry too much about giving your clients a solid date. When I was poking through the internet and through all of our other, like Skin Inc. magazine and Dermoscope and all of those kind of great other aspects to read through, I was looking through today, and there was something about just start making a list of your clients that want to come in immediately, what they want to come in for, and let them know that you will get in touch with them the moment you know what date you're going to open. It's more of a constant communication too, right, guys? I mean, between like text and emails. I've sent a lot of personal emails and texts instead of like the group to everyone. Every day I send a couple of emails to some of my clients. Hey, how are you doing? How's your skin? Do you need to re-up on these products? I can drop them off, X, Y, and Z, just so that it's a little more like one-on-one with each of them to stay relevant, so that I don't think my clients will forget me, but you never know.
No, I agree, Tiff. Like, it's kind of hard too, because let's be honest, when the day opens, we can all go out, even us. It's going to be hard to get in that routine of, okay, I got to take my son to his little karate ninja class, and then I got to do this and take him to daycare. Everyone is going to be very saturated and overwhelmed. So to make like an affirmative date sometimes is kind of unrealistic. You gotta, I feel like with my clients, it's like, are you gonna need this full set of lashes? Are you gonna need this entire thing done the day we can open? I mean, it's kind of unrealistic. And I feel like just being honest with your clients, like it's gonna take a couple weeks to get back to even scheduling, scheduling. So yeah, being honest on a one-on-one basis, I feel like is appropriate.
For me, I've kept in touch with my people and said, yes, I'm going to need you the day that we reopen. You know, I mean, there are going to be those people, right? But I'm understanding, don't get me wrong, but that this business is what I've missed the most in the time of quarantine. My hair's missed it the most. My eyes, I mean, I'm an esthetician. I could wax myself. I just don't. You know, I've made major mistakes doing it myself. So I think people are missing us the most. So like Tiffany said, and you even said it the other day, and I know we have a webinar that's coming up to talk about the best practices and things of once we do reopen. But really, I think taking this time to think about those things is essential. But people needing to be able to know that you're ready for them, so they can be planning and booking. Because for me, just being one person out of millions, this is top priority for me to get back in. Just like I said to my husband, I don't care what you need. This is first for me. I mean, let's face it, right? It's a big deal for all of us.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't think we'll have to be worried about whether or not we'll be busy. It's whether or not we're ready and prepared. And Tiff, I don't know if you want to talk about a couple of those little peeps, because I know you're going to go over it in a webinar coming up, but just to give some preview of that, it was great information.
So what I was thinking of, because we do have to remember also that we are important too. We always forget that we're important also. We always forget that we need to take care of us. We always forget that we have to not forget to do our own workouts, our own facials, get our hair done, get enough sleep, right? So to keep that process going, you have to make sure that when you look at your schedule, you make your new plan as to a couple of the things that I'm going to do personally is I'm going to extend my time in between clients. So I always give myself a 15-minute break in between people so that I can check them out, because I'm a solo person. I have to do everything myself, right? But this way, I'm going to give myself 30 minutes in between every client to make sure I'm really doing the extra disinfecting and cleaning. Not only in my own room, I have a shared space, so our main area is shared. That means other clients are going to be coming in with my other coworkers, things like that. So I want to make sure I'm giving myself enough time in between every client, which also means that I'm not probably going to get to see as many people in a day, but it will give me peace of mind that at least the clients that are coming in, it's a safe environment for them. It's a safe environment for me. And I'm not overworking myself. We are going to be those people that we are going to get overworked. We're going to get sick just based on the fact that we're going to get overworked.
Yeah.
Right. You're going to get sick from exhaustion. So you do have to make sure that you're very diligent about still saying no to people. That's going to be hard for us. That's hard for us anyway.
Totally.
So I think that really making sure, again, just to reach out to those, like some of your favorite clients. I love all of my clients. I love some more than others, right? So those are the people that I'm going to really try to make sure I get in first. So if you have right now, California, our semi date is May 4th. So I already have clients scheduled in May. I've left them there in a week, probably in the week before. I don't know what week we're in, guys. We're like the second week of April. So not next week, maybe the week after. I'll probably reach out to some of my clients then and say, hey, it looks like we'll be able to reopen. Let's get you on this schedule. That way I'm in more control of what's being scheduled and who I'm seeing first, right? Because I have clients who have cancer and things like that as well. So you really have to make sure that, again, you're giving yourself enough time too, and you're not overdoing.
Yeah, totally. I agree.
Great. Thanks, you guys. We have a question from Pauline. She would like to know, and by the way, when I ask these questions, if any of the attendees have great ideas, hear from you too. So pop that into the question boxes and we'll follow up with that. It's just the way the GoToWebinar setup. We can't have us talking too many. It's kind of a one-way communication, but when I ask the questions and you have a great, just pop it in. So Pauline would like to know, does anyone have systems in place to notify clients about our sanitation practices moving forward beyond what we did normally in our treatment room and for sessions?
Mine was just email.
I'm sorry, does anyone have protocols? Is that
Systems
in place? Systems in place.
Systems in place to notify clients about sanitation practices moving forward beyond what you usually do.
I guess I don't. I'm curious if you guys do.
I've set up an email that is piggybacking on my original email and how I explained what I use. And I gave them links actually to the product that I use and my disinfecting so that they can look it up if they want.
Gotcha.
And then the new things that I'm putting together for myself and the rest of the people that I work with, because again, I have a shared space. So I already started thinking of the things I need the other girls to jump on and help me with as well. So I'll send an email out to help my clients. Plus, I'll probably have a little protocol for my clients that are coming in as to how to sanitize themselves when they walk in. We'll have hand sanitizers, things that, things like that, because they don't have a sink obviously right up front. They can't walk in, wash their hands, and not touch anything else for the most part, right? So I'll end up sending an email to my clients as to what I'm going to add to what my original sanitation disinfection requirements are.
Okay.
Good idea. Anything to add?
I think sending the links is great because then those who want to investigate it can, and those who are fine are fine. You're at least giving information.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Especially because I am going to be overloaded with trainings coming back. And then there's always models that need to be there. So even forwarding that to the models, that'll be important.
Yeah.
Okay, so Pauline says that sounds really good. She was just looking for like some sort of template to start with. So she's wondering if you had anything.
I don't have a template. We could probably make one, to be honest. I mean, we can probably put one together pretty easy. Farhana is amazing, so she can make it look pretty for you, but I can definitely put some information together. I will write that down.
Okay, thanks, Tiff. Also, just some follow-up comments about that. Amber brought up a good point that some vendors offer certifications that you can post. So Rejuvenate and Barbicide both have certifications you can post if you use those as well.
Okay.
And
totally
Sabrina made a
morning.
Yeah, Sabrina made a comment that we just need to step up the state board rules.
Yeah, I get that.
Comments about all of those.
Totally.
All right.
You know what? That's always been a thing to me. Everyone has needed to step that up. So I'm hoping that our industry, everyone else really does take that more serious in the industry and really does step up there. Hence, I'm making a protocol for all of my coworkers as well, because.
Right.
Yeah. Great idea. Thanks for the idea about doing a template. I think that's great.
Yeah.
All right, we have a question. I don't know who it's from. Farhana gave it to us because it came through our Instagram account. Again, our social media gal. Do you plan on adding any new treatments when you reopen?
There's probably going to be a lot of, I do. I guess for my micro needling, my anal vaginal bleaching that I do, all these active treatments that I've done, you're going to have to almost start over and take it really slow. So I guess adding on treatments is reacclimating the skin to everything, right? I mean, that's very important. We can't be as aggressive when it's been 6 weeks, things like that.
I don't think it's a bad idea to add new treatments on, because people are going to be waiting for you to touch them. That's really what they want, right? They're going to want results. That's the next thing. But one of the webinars that we're going to be doing, we're going to be talking about stress skin and then putting together a couple of protocols for that, because you want to think about, you can make that your new treatment, because that's a welcome back to coming in to see me, because you're not going to be able to do, like Brittany just said, you're not going to be able to just throw 8 layers of acid on their face and just be like, good luck with that, right? So which they're going to want you to shave it all off and just break it down and make some raw and then start over. But you're not going to do that, right? Because we don't want to. But so creating those maybe small little changes, if you got a new little handheld device, something like that. But I wouldn't necessarily, I don't think you need to start a whole new system for the most part, because again, you need to welcome, like Brittany just said, you need to welcome your clients back in gently So maybe creating a like welcome back facial and keep it a basic protocol.
Totally.
That might be a nice difference, right? Like just change up your enzyme that you're using, or how you massage the face, or a scent that you normally use if you want to add aromatherapy, something like that. I wouldn't make it too drastic in the beginning. Now is the time to do your research on all the cool new stuff that you'd want to do.
Right.
But yeah, I wouldn't throw in a whole new fancy microdermabrasion or anything like that in there.
Maybe price adjustments a little bit, right?
My 2 cents is, and as you guys all get to know me, I'm huge on human connection. And right now that's what everyone is starving of. And so just remember that when they come back to you, the one thing that they love about you is the fact that they get alone one-on-one time with you. So even though their skin is freaking out, it's stressed and all that stuff, one of the biggest takeaways that we take from our esthetician or our massage therapist or those people we see one-on-one is that human connection. And so even though like I was never a professional face massage person, but I loved massaging the face during the facial. And even if we take a little extra time massaging the face, what it does for that person in the human connection level will be huge for them coming back, because they're starving right now. Even, I mean, like I have my family here, but what I have to do every day to de-stress and maintain my connection is climb mountains, right? Because we're closed in. And so I think the time that they have with each one of you is a time of getting away and doing for themselves, but they love you. They've already had that time with you where they're like, I need you again. I mean, I'm texting my people going, I miss you so much. And it's like I have some kind of personal relationship with them, which I do, but it's not a connection. So I want to kind of throw out there, human connection is a key right now. It'll take down their face issues just by connecting with each and every one of you. So there's my 2 cents.
Yep. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right. Another question that came through our Instagram account. So this is for Brittany. Brittany, I loved the acne webinar, she says. I wanted to know how to prepare the skin for easy extractions. And then there's a follow-on question to that.
Ooh.
Any recommendations that help with extractions?
Go, Brittany.
I mean, heat, right? Heat,
Yeah.
steam. It's always going to open the pores no matter what product you're using. One element, even if you're at home, if you're in the shower, if you're getting people to buy retail and get them into a mask and it's their only product that you can sell them, heat opens up the pores for you to extract, right? Or for the pores to be opened up for more easy removal of that clogged or the congestion, you know. So I'm a big fan of heat on the face to open up those pores. And then I used to even put like ice and cold water right after, right? Once you get those pores cleaned out, we have to kind of close the pores back up and, you know, saturate it with ingredients, vitamins, you know, nutritious, beautiful things for our skin, probiotics, things like that, and seal it up with ice. So and so that's just a general for extractions.
Great.
Like not being ingredient based or anything like that, or like a specific routine. I'm a big fan of just what you can do in general.
Thank you. We have a webinar. I don't know if Tiff, you want to touch on that, but we did have a webinar on exfoliation. I don't know if that helps. Maybe that would be a good webinar to rewatch for some people.
Right.
The peel and enzyme, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there's so many products, right? There's so many things we could do that we could just go on for like an hour.
Yeah.
So it's like
that would be an 8-hour day.
Steam that face up, and then you know, just prep the skin.
Yeah.
Okay. Great. All right, from Margarita. Margarita asks, what is your favorite must-have tool you carry in your facial room, either equipment or product?
From
all three of you. Everybody will have a different answer.
What's your favorite one?
Tool or product?
Yeah, your favorite. She says, what is your favorite must-have tool you carry in your facial room? And then in parentheses, equipment or product. You could do both.
I can tell you a really simple one. I know. I knew Tiffany was gonna say that. Like, I can tell you Tiffany's. I just ordered the bigger one, just so you know, Tiffany. You finally convinced
It's amazing.
Yeah. But I'll tell you one of mine, okay? And everybody goes like, what? But wooden yeah, thank you. Thanks. Wooden Q-tips for extractions, because I have more control with them. They don't bend. But I will say I think they're very hard to find. But that's my must-have, because when I do extractions, I have to have them wooden Q-tips. I don't like extracting tools. I don't like any of that. Just give me my wooden Q-tips. So that's my one.
Okay. What about you? I mean, I don't do facials, so I'm trying to think, like, with waxing, sugaring, permanent makeup, chemical peels, because I'm results, like I need to, you know, all that, or lashes. What do I always have? I have numbing cream, the good kind. You gotta have the best. And then I have baby back cream. I mean, I guess. I mean,
what's
Love
the
the
good
baby
kind
back
of what numbing cream?
Everyone know. I mean, every webinar that we've done, I have talked about the rescue cream and the lip rescue. So here's mine. I have to have that, and that's probably one. That and the Release Bio Powder by Hale and Hush. Those are my two products that I have to have in my room. And honestly, my microcurrent machine is my favorite little machine. I have it at home right now. I brought it home with me to play with on my husband's face and attach it to my own in hopes that, you know, it looks better when we go back.
You know, I have one too. That's one of my favorites as well. So
yeah.
Okay.
Trying.
Yeah.
Some people are asking about the lip rescue and the Relief Bio Powder. So what I'll do is put a link a few minutes in the chat box. It'll pop up on your screen so you can see. That's from Dr. Schwab. We do have a Dr. Schwab brightening protocol webinar coming up on, I don't have it in front of me, next week, I believe Monday, the 20th. And that's going to be a really interesting, great one from Dr. Schwab, and we'll be talking about the lip rescue and rescue cream in that as well.
Wendy, that rescue cream is the one you showed me, right? In the little container.
You have it. Yeah, that you use for your lip.
I'm hooked.
Yeah.
I used to be a big topical C Sanitas girl. Well, I mean, I still am, you know, but I love that rescue cream.
Yeah. I'm trained in my topical C for the rescue cream, so.
Okay. Oh, you did?
Everyone's welcome.
You did? Oh, cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
More to come.
Sweet.
Wait till we get the invisible glove back, guys.
Oh.
Invisible glove. Where is my invisible glove? I would show it.
Mine's in my purse.
They'll talk about that next week too, but it is now considered a hand sanitizer, which is great. So we'll have that back in here very soon. I had an idea of something I was going to add to that. Oh, I know. Yesterday we did what was it called? Expert exfoliation with Hale and Hush. And the woman that did the talk, her name is Liliana. She is the educator for Hale and Hush. She had every tool under the sun in her demo.
Right?
And we stayed on the phone and on the webinar for 2 hours because people had so many questions about tools.
Right.
So Rita, if you have time, you could go onto our website. The recording is there. I know hours is a long time, but she went through so many tools. It really would be a fun thing, I think, for everyone to go, and also where to purchase them as well. So
totally. International travel. That's what.
Yes. Yes, it was so funny.
It's an
She was
excuse to go to Paris, right,
I'm
guys?
going to Paris. After
Let's
that,
go.
I'm going to Paris
So,
with a budget.
all right, so Pauline has just an idea of something we could call when people go back to we're back at it, is you can offer beauty stimulus packages. I thought that was a cute name.
Yeah, that's really cute.
Yeah.
stimulus
thank
package.
you.
I like that.
Beauty stimulus packages. Yep. All right. Another question from Instagram. Any tips for treating skin of color?
Lactic acid.
Um,
There you go.
I'm like, so it's so broad. I don't treating. Yeah.
Yeah, well, because they can that skin type can scar so easily.
Yeah.
Okay.
You have to be so gentle, and so
Right.
yeah, I've been able to use retinol with skin tags very well, but each one you have to treat individually still, because then you have sensitivities with people, so you still have to do a full consultation. The lactic acid is very brightening and wonderful on majority of that skin type. That's why I scream lactic acid. But
Yeah. Get that.
you know, again, you still have to do the full consultation to see what you're dealing with in the
Totally.
person's life, right?
Yeah.
So be careful of even extractions, because again, the wooden toothpick, or not toothpick, but Q-tip, because you have to be so gentle on all of the extractions, or you can, you know, really scar. It takes them a lot longer to heal. I've worked on a lot of the speech pack 4, 5, and 6. Really actually enjoy it. You know, I love it with ingredients and stuff too, but they're a lot harder. It's a lot harder to work on that skin type. So.
Okay.
Pale and Hush is a good line for your higher Fitzpatrick, because you're still going to get some active ingredients in there but it's so full of anti-inflammatory ingredients as well, which is one of our bigger challenges when we're working on the higher Fitzpatrick scale, I think, right? So Pale and Hush is a great line that you can, again, get really great results, move the skin out, do some nice exfoliation, but really get some hydration and anti-inflammatory ingredients in there. I would go, if my higher Fitzpatrick, I don't have a ton of them, to be honest, but those that I do, I always go with Pale and Hush.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. And again, I know I keep repeating myself, but we have so many recorded webinars now online. I'll pop in here and show everybody where that is on our website, so you can see. And there's 2 now from Hale and Hush. Tons of information in there about those. So I will pop those in. Zoe has a question that she is running out of ideas for my Facebook Lives. Do you have any ideas? Question.
Ooh.
For Hannah,
Hannah, if you are here and you want to pop in a question to answer this, feel free.
I almost think that with things like that, if you even just go and you take one ingredient, talk about vitamin C, what vitamin C is going to do for you. Talk about hyaluronic acid, what hyaluronic acid is going to do for you. If you're curious about CBD, ask Amy. But talk about that. What's that for you?
You were going to get that in there.
Because people are going to ask about that kind of stuff, right? I had to throw it in there. But just maybe do. Sorry, guys, it's a very big topic that we're, it's like Voldemort. You're not supposed to say it. So maybe go ingredient, or do a product highlight. I use this product for this. I use that product for that kind of thing. That way, because you have so many retail products, you might as well really start highlighting who to use it, how often to use it, and all of that kind of stuff. That's what I would probably do, because again, you could stretch those out for a while.
Forever.
Yeah.
Right. Ingredients.
Yeah.
Go on forever.
And so many people don't know,
Yeah.
You could do one on sterilization. Who said it earlier? Was it Pauline that you brought up, which was so great? No, it was Amber. The Rejuvenate Barbicide, that was such a great little webinar, little test that you can take about knowing what the difference between sterilization, disinfection, which, I mean, we probably forget after a while. Like, we have our cleaning tools and things like that. You could do a Facebook post or live, whatever it is, about sanitation and how you clean and why you clean that way and what the difference is, why you would use certain things at home, why you would use certain things in your office, you know, things like that. I'm going to talk about how I clean my wax pad today. I'm going to talk about what I wipe my tools down with and how I disinfect them. You can do a little demonstration if you get to go into your office, something like that. That could be, that one can put clients at ease, but again, then you're teaching them something. And I always feel like if you teach someone something, that's going to keep them with you longer anyway. So
Yes.
maybe that could be a couple that you could do.
Totally. Even just personal experiences anymore, right? Just talking about things we want to do and that we can, and how you want to help people, and it's out of your realm, and all kinds of things we could talk about. Personal experience.
All right, we got a comment from Farhana, because she is our expert in-house here. So here are some ideas from Farhana, who is our social media gal. She would recommend keeping it simple. Some good ideas are how to properly skin, double cleansing techniques, quick facial massage techniques that you can do on yourself, product highlights, and product demos. So those are some other ideas that she had. Pauline is full of ideas today. So she,
I love it.
I know, it's so awesome. Pauline, this is so cute. She did a self-care bingo image that she used. She said I try to mix a little infotainment with product mentions or what I might be selling as in home care kits.
That's fun.
I just need a little lightness, so I try to share. And you know, everything's so heavy right now that it's fun to add in those fun things. So super.
Yeah.
All right.
We're going to bring Pauline on here as a panelist. I like it.
Seriously.
You can.
Margarita would like to know what microcurrent machine do you recommend? She says she's hesitated to purchase because she's heard it's just a temporary fix and isn't really worth it. What do you think?
Amy, go first.
Well, so I cannot remember the name of I've got a bigger unit. I cannot remember. I got it a while ago. I never pull it out. I do have New Face, the professional version that I use all the time. But yes, you have to use it all the time. Like, you have to use it all the time. But I do use it all the time because I create products, and I like to create products that can be used with modalities. So I have a water-based serum that I created, and I use it with my New Face. So, but that's why I do it. Plus, I'm trying to get these to go up instead of having to get fillers, and it's, you know, so you're right. But it does work in the treatment room. People do see instant results, but yes, there needs to be some maintenance. But you can retail the non-professional version for them to, you know, in between. So, but that's just me. Tiffany, Brittany.
I don't use a microcurrent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The one that I have is the Tama, T-A-M-A. I love it very, very much. It is it's small, it's tiny, which is also one of the reasons why I like it so much. But it helps with product penetration. It can help with blood flow because that particular one has different settings on it. It is going to help lift and all of that, but it really does help to brighten the skin. That's a non-invasive treatment that you can do on so many different clients, which is one of the reasons why I love it so much. Because again, it can help with product penetration, which a lot of times, to be perfectly honest, everyone that knows me, I've taken the massage portion out of my facials because I physically can't. My hands cramp at this point, and I kind of come out of my office like this.
It's
So the microcurrent, the machines that help so that I'm not like, so that it is a very pricey machine. But
Right.
out of all of the years that I have done it, and out of all of the machines that I have purchased, that is one of my favorites. And to be totally honest, I love my my oxygen infusion intraceuticals. It's the intraceuticals oxygen infusion. That is one of my favorite machines as well. Also non-invasive, super hydrating. You're going to see results. So you always have to remember too, right? It's all based on home care that they're using. So we're just bumping everything up in the office. So you're helping boost whatever needs to happen. And then when they go home, like Amy said, you can retail the home new face. They are going to have to use it every day, but realistically, in the area I'm in, you have, except for me, I have a 6-minute commute, but people are driving an hour plus to work to and from. Shoot, they can drive home from work, just rinse their face off real quick, and they can, microcurrent with the new face in their car on the way home. Just saying.
Mm-hmm.
Then they look all great when they get home from work, and everyone's like, "How was your day?" And they're like, "I was so good."
That's hilarious. All right, thank you. I put in, I think I got the right names. I put in some info in the chat, tamaresearch.com and intraceuticals.
Yeah. Awesome.
You should have those in there. All right, so a question, another Instagram question. Do you carry an ingrown home care product that is highly recommended? So this is a great question because we do have a few different ingrown products that, Tiffany, I'm going to you for this one.
So some of them are not made for ingrowns, but I sell them for it anyway. Lycon has a great spray that I do love, especially for my male clients. Their back is easy to use because it's a spray. The Lycon, the Ingrown Exit, there's also a cool little kit that it comes with. It comes with a scrub. I throw in a body wash with it, and then it comes with the Ingrown Exit. That one has some lactic in there also. It's glycolic, lactic, and some salicylic. So the blend of those is great because lactic we know is more hydrating. And a lot of times when you use too many ingrown serums or too much of it, right, consistently, it dries the skin out, which then creates more ingrowns because then you're really dehydrated, all the things.
Yes.
So the Lycon is good. Our Sugar of the Nile carries one also. It's called Inbegone. That's a gel. That one's awesome for men. I like to sell it for beard area, for irritation there. The gel is really nice too for like underarms. I do like the spray, to be honest, because it's one less thing to like rub on your body, because I too can get lazy, I will admit. One of my favorites, to be totally honest, and it is not for ingrowns at all, but the Skin Script has the glycolic retinol pads, and I adore those for ingrowns because the vitamin A is going to clean the follicle lining out. The glycolic is going to break down the dead skin that's on the surface, and it's not going to dry the skin out. Plus, most people that have ingrowns, they've picked at them, so then they become pigmented and dark and brown. They have ugly dark brown spots everywhere. It's so not attractive. And the glycolic retinol pads are going to help brighten that up. So I rub those suckers on my face, and then I rub them on my arm, and then I rub it in my bikini area. So those are mine.
Yeah.
I like multi-purpose things, guys. We know that I really do.
Awesome.
And sulfur is nice for people who are like really sensitive. Sulfur based.
We also sell a lot of PFB. We carry as well, and that's pretty popular because you can retail that to your clients as well. So
I always suggest retailing the 2-ounce size because it's a smaller size and it's a roll-on. So you kind of want them to get through it. The 4 ounce is great if they use it on multiple body parts, but if they're not, the 2 ounce I think is better personally.
Awesome. Okay, this is a question for Amy about your water-based serum. Kirsten, who I believe is here, if I'm thinking of the right Kirsten, that's you, right? Kirsten in Fort Collins, I think. Can we buy your water-based serum from Amy, and does it work with ultrasound?
Oh,
Yeah, well, if you're letting me answer that, Wendy, I'm
course.
assuming okay.
Yes.
Yes, anybody can buy it. My company's name is Rain Together. The serum does have CBD in it also. It has CBD, which is from hemp. It also has peptides, vitamin C, and hyaluronic acid in it. Does it work with ultrasound? I'm not really sure about that question. I haven't tried it with ultrasound. It does work with all your modalities though. So if you could explain a little bit about ultrasound, that would help me. But yes, you can get it. Now, here's the other thing about that. If you go to our website, that's full price. But I believe, if you guys can help me, I made a discount code for Alexander's, and I think it was AE50. Do you guys remember the
I have
code?
to look it up.
I have to look it up.
But you're welcome to use that same code so that you can get it at half price. It was capital AE50, I believe. I'll look it up before the end of the call.
AE50?
Yeah. And for Hannah, if you could look too, I know you used it, but that is available to anybody that's listening. We have a massage oil, a serum, and a mask. The mask is very hydrating, and you can sleep in it. I don't have an exfoliating mask. That's not what I was looking to do. And then of course a lip balm. This is my lip balm. But the serum, I actually, 10 years ago, about 11 years, I had a dream about a serum, and this was before I was an esthetician, which is really quite funny. It's one of those things like you know from when you were young what you wanted to do in life, right? And it's whether or not you follow that. And so I had a dream that I was like, I wanted to create this serum that could be used with all of these, at the time I didn't even know they were called modalities, right? But all these tools that everybody's selling. And so I wrote the dream down, and I had no idea how to create it. And so that's why in 2014 I went to school, and then in school I didn't learn enough about ingredients. So then I went to work for a manufacturer, and I worked with formulators and learned on the front line how to put these ingredients together. And then in 2016, I believe it was, sometimes I get my years mixed up, but my husband was diagnosed with leukemia. He's totally fine now. Can't even find the leukemia, so praise the Lord. He's all better, but in that process, I learned about CBD and marijuana, and I learned that there's hemp and there's marijuana. It's same species, 2 different plants. But that ingredient of CBD and using it and how it fights against inflammation in the body, including the skin, it was the one final ingredient that I wanted to put in the serum. And so after he got better, I jumped off the cliff of having to rely on a paycheck, and decided to create it. So that is this serum. It's called Confidence, because you have to have confidence to do something. That is the serum that I had a dream about 10 years ago, and it works with modalities. So yes, you can buy it.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you, Amy.
Yeah.
Well, I'm feeling very just wanting to be transparent today, so I'm just gonna we love Rain products, and we want to carry Rain products, and so just so everybody knows, we cannot due to some of the federal laws that are out, and we are we nationwide, and our business, it is the reason we're not carrying a CBD line is not because we don't believe in it and we don't love it. It's simply for logistics, and we would be flagged as kind of an at-risk business. So it's unfortunate right now. We love Amy's products. We all use them. And we actually wanted to do a webinar with her, but we just can't promote anything on our website that has the word, we call it the 3-letter word, the CBD word in it. So I would recommend anyone going over there. We put the link to raintogether.com in the chat box, and Tiffany and Farhana both put in, it's Alexander's 50 is the code you can use. My husband uses that oil every night, and it's just amazing. I put it on my feet when I can't. Amy told me to do this one time because I wake up at 4 in the morning and my brain doesn't stop. And she told me to put it on my feet, and I do, and I seriously can go back to sleep. So it's just a really amazing product. So
It's awesome.
there you go.
And so you guys know that the process of like even launching a large business, e-commerce, and selling it nationwide, it was quite a journey in the beginning. It took a full 7 months just to be able to get fully operational and get the approvals that we needed to get to use authorized.net. There's ways to retail it so that you're safe and that you don't get shut down. And I'm more than available for anyone who needs that help. And you can get my contact information from Alexander's if needed. But it's a little crazy. So we don't want Alexander's to get in any trouble or anything like that. But yeah, it's been a journey. And you'll see on the website that human connection comes up, and it's all about de-stress to connect. I did trademark that quote because when my husband was sick, it was all about our connection that kept us alive, really, that kept us going. And so the whole brand is all about raining together and de-stressing to connect, and it's my heart. But yeah, and the products came out of it. So there you go.
Awesome. I'm so glad we got to talk about that. So thank you, Kristen. Yeah.
Tiffany too. She's like down there bouncing.
I know.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Gotta get it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
We have more exciting things coming up with Amy that we'll save for later, but more
So many.
that we're going to get her stuff involved in what we do here.
Thank you.
She's just been such a gem to us. Long story, but I met Amy years ago, and we through Alexander's, and we just through life just kind of lost contact. And then my husband actually went to a CBD conference, CBD skincare conference, and sat next to Amy at lunch with her card and said, "Hey, I sat next to this woman that you know." And I was like, "Amy Roberts, where have you been?" And
Wow.
now we've got her back, so we're super psyched. So thanks, Amy, for all you do. Our question, just curious, is anyone oncology certified? It's something I've been that I've previously considered.
I would say do it. I'm doing it in July in Florida. Well, and that's of course virus, blah, blah, blah. But I'm planning to do it in July at the Oncology Center in Orlando. I highly recommend it, even though I haven't done it yet.
Right.
I have been certified. Liliana and I actually got certified together, who did our Hail in the Hush webinar. So I want to say like 5 years.
Nice.
And then I re-upped 2 years ago, I think. It's really great because it's not necessarily just about your oncology patients. I've found that I have so many more just autoimmune disorders clients coming in, right? So there's so many other just allergies and specialties that you kind of almost need to know. And it was very worth it. I mean, it was worth doing it a second time to get recertified. I also am way more confident with my hypersensitive clients, right? I mean, you feel, I know what it feels like when a client comes in and you're like, I don't know what I can do on you. Like, I'm terrified to touch you because I don't want to hurt you, right? When my sister had cancer 10 years ago, I was like, I don't know how to help you. And it was awful. I mean, as you know, I love my sister. And the certifications weren't out yet. It wasn't, they weren't ready. There wasn't a thing yet. So the moment that I could do it, I did. And it definitely has helped, I think, just again, overall with all of my clientele coming in. I have a client who is a very close, one of my mother's best friends, actually, a very good client. She has lung cancer. It's been 2 years. She is on chemo every 3 weeks, and she will be forever because you can't do surgery. It's just sits there, and so it was really great to have all of the knowledge and the connection with all the other estheticians, again, to help you kind of figure out, hey, I've got this going on. What other lines can I carry? What else can I do? How can I change my treatments up? Things like that. I think especially I think after coming out of this, it's going to be well worth having that extra education, because we are talking about stressed skin, and your clients are going to come out and everyone is stressed, right? We're stressed, they're stressed. It's just, there's a stress cloud. So I definitely think it's worth doing.
Yeah.
It was a very long-winded answer.
I was just going to say, I recommend doing anything you have access to as a trade professional, you know? Anything you can do, it's worth it. I mean, in Colorado, as opposed to so many other states, there's so many rules and things with what we're allowed to do, and just being aware. And I mean, like Amy said earlier, we're a touch profession. To be able to empathize, understand, and acknowledge anything is very important, even if it's for your own sake and you're never going to use it. You always want to be overeducated in anything. So I'm a very big fan of being certified in as much as you can. Yeah.
Yep.
In a lot of the beauty industry and formulations and ingredient making, you know, people making products, they're all moving towards all of that understanding oncology patients and stuff you can put on the skin and what is safe for us. And so it's important that we get on that same wave where the industry is going. And so that's one of the reasons why I am going, and really understanding how that affects the people and what we're putting on their skin. So not just for the treatment side of it, but the whole picture. So
yeah,
as an industry, I think it's really important.
Definitely. So we keep bringing up Hale and Hush. I believe it's 9 of the 14 products that they have are oncology certified. Is that right, Tiffany? There's lots of different oncology trainings out there, and so I put up to the one that Hale and Hush partners with. It doesn't mean that the other ones are not amazing, because they are, and we've had a couple here and we have them in the California office too. But the link I put up, I believe they do a virtual, they have an online option to do the training, which I just wanted to put it there. So if you're interested now, you can do that. Hale and Hush on the Facebook page has a lot of links to this, and I believe there might even be a discount code on there as well if you mention Hale and Hush.
Good.
So that's something there for you. And I think we're out of questions, ladies.
Awesome.
All right. We'd love to hear from everyone how this format went. And we're happy to do it again if you guys just want to shoot us an email or sorry, we just got a question, so I got distracted. Okay, let's see. There's just a quick share from Pauline. Pauline would like to add that she has added infrared gemstone therapy at her studio last August. She said she has a full mat that fits on my facial bed and a mini for a chair. It's been amazing and healing and a huge bonus to my practice. Right now, I live on mine every day. Brought it home from when I closed my studio. Awesome.
Good for you to take care of yourself. Yeah.
Yeah. Zoe has a question. She wants to know if the Hale and Hush education is virtual or in person. So Hale and Hush, the full product knowledge training is in person, but we cannot do that right now. So Hale and Hush has been very active, getting as much information out there as they can without, you know, giving the full product knowledge, just because it's at least a 4 to 5 hour day, would you say, Tiffany?
Yeah.
To do product knowledge. So the virtual stuff that they've been doing, they've done 2 with us. They're pretty active with lip gloss and aftershave. If you guys are familiar with them, there's some recorded ones. There was a mini product knowledge that Kay did through the Esthetician Connection through the EC. So again, go to the Facebook page, the Hale and Hush Facebook, what's it called? Hale and Hush Pros Facebook page, and there's links to recorded webinars that Hale and Hush has been doing during this kind of shutdown time. But the full product knowledge is in person, and that will resume. We can have in-person training.
The webinar that Liliana did, Zoe is a good one to watch, the exfoliation one, because she does go through all of the products. She actually does a demonstration on herself, which was awesome.
Totally.
So that would be a great one for you to see, because she does talk a lot about the product. So you'll get, and I know you, my friend, you're smart enough to catch it. So you'll be able to get enough product information just to kind of get you stimulated from that. Because totally. I think watching her do it I enjoyed it. And I've been using it for a while, but I think that will help you get a good understanding just to start off with, as far as with product knowledge and all of that.
There was a lot of information yesterday, and it was awesome.
It was a lot of information. It was 2 hours. Can you guys see my screen?
Yep.
I wanted to show this really quick so you can see where you can go to view the previous recorded webinars and also sign up for new webinars. So when you bring up our website, which is www.alexanders-aesthetics.com, this map will come up. This is just to show we have 2 locations, so who you'll be serviced by. We will go ahead and click on the left side of the country, which is the California office. They look exactly the same. The Colorado office has a blue background, California office has a pink background. So when I show you here, you'll see just when you click on, you want to click on classes. And then here in the top part, these are our upcoming webinars that we have. And then down here, these are our recordings of previous webinars that we've had. So if you just click on these links, it'll bring you to a registration page. You just put in your information and you can watch the recorded webinar. So I would highly recommend doing that if you guys have time. And
definitely.
We hope that we get to see you guys in a future webinar. All right.
Bye.
Thanks, you guys.
Thanks, guys.
Everybody.
Bye.